What is up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRib and we continue the tradition of December, Bleemcember, that's right. We are taking a look this time at Army Men Air Attack. I used to love the Army Men games. There were so many of them. They obviously knew they were onto a hit and I really had a keen sort of real liking for the Army Men series. So I've still got the original one, which you can see right here. The original one obviously is very different to Army Men Air Attack. Air Attack obviously takes place in an actual helicopter, which involves sort of lifting up different objects. It's a fun one. So should we take a look at how it bleams? Let's do it. So here we go, we've got another Bleem by Shindogu. That's right, this time, this is no word of a lie, this is Army Men Air Attack, a game that I, to be fair, had totally forgotten even existed. I was, back in the day I was quite an Army Men fan. Obviously I played Army Men 1 on the PC, which is slightly different because you're on the ground as a sort of troop. Whereas this one, you take control of an awesome helicopter, that's right. And it's got a little bit sort of small soldier sort of Toy Story about it. As the Army Men games obviously do. And you obviously got to pick up, objects that allow you to then work or coincide with other objects. It's a really fun and intuitive game. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, this was a budget release. This was never a massive game. The Army Men games just kind of went for a period of rolling them out because they knew they were popular, and they really were, because they were quite ingenious and they were just really good fun. So obviously let's talk about the actual Bleem here. The Bleem here, yeah, it's okay, and to be fair, I would say very much playable. Most people wouldn't look at this and go, Christ, that's playable, but actually it kind of is. Sound effects, they're not too bad. I mean, there's not really any issues with the sound effects before, to be fair. The sound, or the music itself, is actually really pretty decent. I mean, the soundtrack, in most Bleems kind of takes a bit of a backseat and kind of, it doesn't always work. But yeah, there is a bit of a phasing in and out of the sound effects. And also voiceover, because there is voiceover in this as well. So it's quite a complex Bleem. And it seems to accomplish it quite well. As you can see here, this part of the level here looks absolutely fine. But there are areas where, as you can see, starts to look like a bit like a checkers board. So, it's not always 100% this Bleem, but it does work well. This is the CDI working through with the beta Bleem disc. There's no emulation here. This has all been done on the actual Sega Dreamcast hardware. And like I said, it's running without issue. There's no real speed issues at all, which is also great because you can get that with Bleems. But no, with this one, working absolutely fine. So you're probably asking yourself, do I need to play this? Yeah, you actually need to play this. Army Men Air Attack is a game that not many people talk about. Like I said, I really forgot it existed until Shindogu obviously gave me the list, the exclusive list that is, of all the Bleems. And this one came up and I was like, oh my god, I've totally forgotten about Army Men Air Attack. But then as soon as I burnt it and put it into the Dreamcast, I was literally like, that is what I've totally forgotten about, and this is awesome. Kids just don't get these games anymore. Army Men was such a big deal. I mean, to be fair, with this world we're living in right now, they probably wouldn't be allowed to, because let's face it, they're not allowed to really do anything nowadays. But let's not get political here. This is a game that all kids should enjoy. In fact, as soon as I played this is no word of a lie, I went out and bought a copy. So that's right, I can now enjoy it officially with an actual, with the actual Army Men disc and the Bleemcast disc all on the Dreamcast. Obviously, you can play it on PlayStation 1 if you wanted, or PlayStation 2, or whatever the way you want to play it. But I did buy it anyway because this really wanted me to get back and enjoy this. It's really hard though. It's not an easy game at all, but it is one you are going to want to check out. It controls impeccably well. There's no control issues here because it only uses just 2 buttons and your other 4, command buttons. So there's no issue with emulation here. It just works. Anyway, I've been out from Games Rip. Is there a Bleem you'd like to see me cover? Obviously leave a comment in the description below. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all soon. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRip, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.